Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. Let's talk about Aggayu. I wanted to chill today. I really don't get any time off, and I was like, I can't resist Aggayu. I had to make a video on Orisha Aganju. He's just absolutely amazing. Amazing Aggayu. Some people spell him in different fashions. So for example, I spell him as Aganju. Some people have him different, okay? But I would love to talk about Aggayu, and I couldn't resist. So here it is. Aggayu is synchronized with Saint Christopher. He is very, very powerful and known as the third king of Oyo. I'm looking for my rabbit, I'm sorry. Orisha Shango is the fourth king of Oyo. However, he is the father of Shango. Some elders and scholarly members of the Orisha Society say that they're trying to decipher if he's the father of Shango or the brother, the older brother. However, let's just stick to the fact that he is the father of Shango. Now, Orisha Shango, who is the fourth king of Oyo, and I set up like that because in respect to Shango, we always tippy-toe when we say his name, okay? He also was the husband, Aggayu was the husband of YEMAYA, okay? He has deep, deep connections with Oshun, as he is also documented through verbal chiefs in Africa as being the ferryman of the river, okay? Now let's just talk a little bit about Aggayu. Let's go into some basics, and then let's talk about his offerings and so forth. So Aggayu, when he is received, and someone is either crowned or they receive Aggayu after they've been crowned in Orisha faith. So when, say for example, they are crowned Aggayu, he is received directly. He is a very powerful Orisha, so some fear in giving him to be received directly. However, if he is not received directly, he is still received, but it is called Aggayu Oro Shango or Aggayu Oro Ochun. Aggayu Oro Shango is much more popular for some reason. That's from house to house than Aggayu Oro Ochun. All right, so let's continue. I have so much to tell you. I did make a video prior to this on Orisha Aganju, but man, I felt so bad because I didn't have enough to say. Like, I wanted to say more. His mother is Oroinya. As we know, Obatala has raised all Orishas and has taken care of all of them. So he is known as the father. However, I wrote some research down for you guys, okay? Ajaka is also known as his father, but Obatala adopts all the Orisha. So let's continue, as Orisha faith for me is not a mythical story. It's called Pataki. Okay, these are history guidelines and different information through scrolls, through chiefs, through wise men and elders, and it depends on your Ile. So as I'm giving you these messages and you belong to an Ile, respectfully, the right thing that you're always supposed to do is consult with your elder, consult with your madrina, your padrino, consult with your godfather, your godmother, your aluo, your babalao, your obariate, whoever it is. Consult with them, please, okay? So as we continue, those of you who are blessed, Maferefun Aganju, Ache, who have been crowned Aggayu, whose father, who is marked for this guardian angel. If you are not crowned yet, blessings on your journey. You are very rare. You're like 1 in a million. Aggayu is a beautiful Orisha, like I've said before. He deals with colors of 9. So we'll get deeper into that. Those of you who are saying, oh my God, well, I have him in my house, I received him. If you've done what we call Ebo Meta, meaning that, say, like you're out of your year of being a Yabo after being crowned, or you have him in your house like we do, okay, you can give him an offering today. So what would you give him? Let's give some basic examples. First of all, the Orisha know your heart. If you don't have the offering, they understand. If it's not available in your house and you work late, they understand. However, if you are able to get it, please do. So I'm showing you this as an example. Here are 9 crackers, unsalted, he loves, with red palm oil. And he will happily take this. Not everything is related to bird or animal sacrifice, okay? So Aggayu loves, it's called Epo, manteca de corojo, which he absolutely loves. Remember, he's a hot Orisha. He does not deal with offerings of water or being refreshed with water, okay, on your Santo birthday or when your year is out to refresh him, or New Year's or whatever. Please. He likes red, dry red wine, okay? But this is what you can give him as a simple offering. Let me show you something else. Modupue. Here is also, I have it on a plate, but I'm going to give you an example. Not green bananas. He absolutely loves plantains. You can give him 9 plantains. You can have them like this, like a lot of us who are crowned as all Orisha, we give them fresh vegetable and fruit. However, you want to be savvy and you really want, things to work in your life, give him a plantain, cut it. And you know how we do it. You can cut this stuff right here, peel it. You can cook it down with red palm oil and give it to him. Try to make sure that you have 9 pieces because that is his color. Now, he is also synchronized with Saint Christopher. If you look up the picture of Saint Christopher, you study him in the Catholic faith, not only is he a big, big saint, and he's a big luo in voodoo who eats glass and drinks beer and so forth, totally alter ego of Aggayu, even though Aggayu is very strong as well. That's not what I'm saying. Saint Christopher protects children. He carries them on his back. Oftentimes when you see Aggayu being mounted or come down, and he's done this to my son who is crowned Shango. He has picked Isaiah, my son, up, and he's carried on his shoulders, and he's walked around with him. Aggayu is a force to be reckoned with, honey. Don't sleep on Aggayu. I have to say blessings to all of his children. All of his children who have been marked through an Obariate or through Ifa, those of his children who are crowned, they're just amazing. When I'm working in an Ocha room, the Aggayu always sends his children. That's why I had to make this video to guide me and teach me, because we never stop learning in Orisha faith. What's most important in Orisha faith is discipline, respect for your elders, and respect for your Orisha and for your fellow Omos. O-M-O, meaning my Omos will be a Chosi. My Omos will also be YEMAYA Chun, but Omos like elders and so forth. If you don't know something, please ask your elders. One of his favorite fruit, try to answer it before I say it, pineapple. So those of you who have thrones, and those of you who have already been crowned and you're throwing a tambor or fundamento based on your house, or Wido Anya, he loves pineapples. So now let's talk about that. When people are leaving your house and you're giving out your fruit, okay, that is one fruit that you don't give out. And some may say, oh, it doesn't matter in my house. Well, some people say that pineapple is literally in representation of your crown, whether you're a child of Aggayu or not. It is in representation of your crown. When it gets rotten, all you do is you try to replant it, or you put it in your backyard, try to put it in the ground. But that is something forbidden that you should not let someone take or give after the tambor, okay? So let's go a little bit, because I know some people are not crowning, like, what are you talking about? Or some people are like, okay, let's get to the meat of this. All right, now, I had to ask Aggayu permission to borrow this, as my son is crowned Shango, like I've mentioned, and he has Aggayu. If you're getting crowned Shango, there is no Shango without Aggayu, and vice versa. So let's complete that. Here is an example of a maso of Aggayu and his colors and his eleki. Here is also an example of Eleki of Aggayu. Now, I personally made this crown. Some people don't have a crown to Aggayu. Those who did receive Aggayu, because you can't just say, oh, I'm going to pray to Aggayu, and your godparent didn't ask you to, through a reading of Katakos or through the Ekwele, if it's a Babalao or Noluo, okay? So this is a long video to give understanding. Sorry if I'm boring you, but the last video I did, I felt like I didn't give enough information. Aggayu deserves that. So, and going right along with this now, Aggayu lives in what they call a batea, which is a wooden vessel. Remember, he's very close to earth. He is he's a symbol is a volcano, the sun. So he's very strong. Some people put him in a clay vessel, which they call a tinaha. It all is based on your spiritual energy, even though spiritual energy comes in first before Orisha, and it's two different things, okay? Two different forces. Now let's see what I have forgotten. Okay, so Aggayu, as we know, has made a pact with Ochun. Ochun has saved Aggayu before. Not only is he the ferryman, which he is on the river, and he also transported those to and fro. But Aggayu is so powerful, some people fear in getting him crowned directly. So let's get into that. Aggayu can be crowned Oro Shango. He can be crowned Oro Ochun, a child of Aggayu. And some say, no, we are crowning Aggayu direct. He is greatly feared and greatly powerful. And he is also, very unique. Now let's talk also about who his parents are. Not only did Obatala raise all Orisha, but his mother is Oroinya, and some people do have to receive that Orisha if they need to lift up their energy and their karmic fields and their health and so forth, okay? And also Ajaka is known to be his father. He was the husband of YEMAYA, and in some Patakis, because I don't believe in myths when it comes to Orisha, he was also the husband of Ochun, and also I found an Ayayun, Ayayun, which was new for me today. I know definitely 100% he was the husband of YEMAYA. I did research through not only questioning people that are from Africa, and before I made this video, I also did research and studying how the Patakis were told regarding Aggayu. So let's go more into Aggayu, okay? He is also the Orisha of untamed lands. That means wild, beautiful forestry that was untouched by man, rivers, mountain, caves. He is also known to be, his energy is also within a cave. Can you imagine a volcano that's deeply erupting, BAM! Like, he is no joke. So those of you who have him, please don't wash him with water and refresh him. I'm not telling any secrets. And those of you who don't have him, you can respect him through giving homage and prayers to Saint Christopher, okay? Now, also, I wrote this down, so those of you who like to make beads, do know that his beads are of 9, and they're in this pattern: 2 brown, 2 red, 2 brown, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 red, and then 2 brown in this pattern, okay? Not only this is the most important thing I have to tell you what Aggayu is concerned. He is the bearer of burdens. If you know that you are being bullied justifiably, if you know you are a domestic violence victim and your padrino or madrino, or you have Aggayu in your house, do pray to Aggayu. He is known to make changes. He shares one heart with Orisha Oya. He loves Oya. One heart. Her colors are also 9. So do know that when the burdens are too much for you, you can rely on Aggayu to handle all that needs to be handled that are unjustifiably actions against you, or if you know your child is being bullied in school and so forth. Aggayu, when he walks, he shakes the ground. I know personally a child of Aggayu that has a beautiful Aggayu. When he mounts Aggayu, he actually flies in the air, slams on his stomach, and you feel that energy. It's inhuman. I've seen it. I've seen his children get mounted. I also know that his children have very kind hearts. They're very strong. They're very wise. And I thank Aggayu. I had to make this video because why? Aggayu, his children have been there for me when I needed information about Orisha in respect to elders, in respect to patakis. Like I had to, ask before I even told you anything regarding his wives, and knowing he's the third king of Oyo and his son Shango is the fourth. But all of this, I had to make sure when I'm working a Santo in Orisha faith and someone is getting crowned, somehow Aggayu, brings his children right next to me, right there on the banquito. And I know those of you who don't know, I'm so sorry for speaking in these terms. When I'm working in an Orisha, ceremony, a child of Aggayu is also always giving advice. Always listen to your elders. If you talk too much, you will catch flies in your mouth. If you feel that you're a know-it-all, you won't know anything. You'll be a know-it-all and a master of none. When you have the blessing of having good elders who come down or who sit with you to teach you, as you must study and learn on your own as well, when you're just talking, like for example, my padrino of Olokun and of Aggayu and Elegua, Iba Intanu Talabi, he would turn around and say, this and this and this and that, whatever he wants to teach. And you know what? That's the time that I just shut up. I don't interrupt him. I just listen. And I say, oh, so that's the old school way. That's the tradition. We must hold on dearly to our elders who are passing away. Those elders that are crowned that nobody wants to listen anymore. People just want to go on the internet, believe whatever they hear, study this, don't have initiation, doing whatever they want. No, this is a very, very serious faith, but a beautiful faith. And I pray the same way Aggayu has blessed me, my family, my Ile, my beautiful godchildren and family, that he blesses you the same way. He is very patient and very strong, and he will test you. Maferefun Aganju, and blessings to all of you with love and light. And I will continue my videos. Alafia, aho, I say namaste, and blessings to all. Keep calm, and Maferefun Aganju, the Orisha of change, of volcanoes, of the sun, in blessings. Ache, multiply, ache.